Do you want to be involved in getting a new mayor elected in the 41st largest state of this blessed union? Come to Omaha on February 20th and 21st and campaign with the DGG community on behalf of Mark Gudgel. There's going to be a link beneath to sign up. We're going to be there for 2 days. There's going to be fun. There's going to be games. There's going to be joy and laughter. And there might even be a little bit of sorrow because it's going to be really fucking cold. So bring lots of warm clothes, okay? I expect to see you there. Otherwise, you're canceled. 41st largest state? Did I say 41st largest state? I meant city. Fuck! As we've all seen over the past 4 years, this country kind of came to the brink. We've taken a step back from that. One thing that I want to focus on more going forward is the importance of political action on a local level. A lot of the big things that we complain about, whether it's the condition of our roads or whether it's the way our police officers treat our fellow citizens, it is up to the locally elected officials to do something about that. People in Congress are not going to fix your cities. People in Congress are focused on the country, not the city that you live in. I'm really excited that I got a chance to come back here to Omaha. I get to pick a candidate that I really like, and I get to try to do some sort of political action to push him into a mayoral position. I'm super excited that you guys are out here. This is probably the biggest thing that I've ever done in my career, and if Mark does get elected, it will probably be one of the biggest things that like any streamer has done in their career. It's something that I'm incredibly proud of, and it's something that you guys should be proud of too. Again, you guys are not only out here like as part of hanging out and doing political action, you guys are out here doing like the hardest political action to do and arguably some of the worst weather to do it in. Knocking on doors is something that nobody likes to do, and that's on a sunny afternoon where the weather is nice. So I'm super proud that you guys are out here. This is something that means a lot to me. I think it's something that's going to mean a lot to the country going forward, and I hope it's something you guys carry forward in your personal lives as well. Can we talk for 1 second about how fucking based Mark is?
Dude, Mark is super based. And he's super flexible. And he's like listening to us. It's almost like, I don't know, like real human beings are better than online ones.
Mark is awesome. He talked to, Mark spent like a ton of time talking to canvassers. He was there like almost for the entire time on day 1. And then he was there in the morning of day 2.
We're fighting for something very real, you know, and I hope that we can enjoy doing that and be inspired by it. But what you're doing right now is deciding who's going to be the next leader of this city. And whether it's going to be somebody who has a progressive vision and actually wants to make changes and help people, or whether it's going to be somebody who just wants to occupy that space for another 4 years. And it's obvious by the fact that you're here that you have a strong opinion about that. So just please remember, this matters. This is how we win.
Yeah, Mark was awesome as fuck. We talked a lot about a lot of different things, policy related, campaign related. I think he stayed, you can ask people in chat, I guess, if Ferrer was there. He stayed and he answered questions for like everybody that talked to him and shit. And like, yeah, he was sick as fuck.
Yep. After Saturday's canvassing, he sat there for like an hour and a half just talking to the DGGers about policy.
Mm-hmm. One thing that I'm super happy about too, I've said this to you a few times, I love my hometown, but my expectations for things are not high. Mark is a really good speaker. I feel like if we can get him in front of cameras more or on radio more or whatever, he speaks really, really well. He's really good at that.
I've always said volunteers make the world go round. I've never been more convinced of that than I am as a candidate, and never been more grateful for volunteers than I am right now in this moment. And so I want to begin by saying thank you to everybody who showed up and is standing out here in the cold and is ready to get out there and make this happen. This is how we're going to win this election. Woo! I think it's extremely important that I thank Destiny for putting all of this together and for getting you here and for making all of this happen. Thank you. And I want to say that he's right too. You know, ultimately, we all show up to vote for who the president is. And it has strangely little effect on most of us, especially when he's not a jackass with a Twitter account. Who runs your city affects your daily life. And it's time that this city is run by somebody who recognizes that and who cares about the people that live in it. Yes. We have an opportunity. We have an opportunity today to fight for equity now and for a better future for everybody in this city. Omaha can become the model. When we talk about equity now, we're talking about things that I've been speaking with so many of you about today. We're talking about improving public transportation, making it actually work. We're talking about affordable housing. And I have promised from the beginning, and I will deliver on this promise, that we're going to make sure that every young person who graduates from high school in Omaha, Nebraska can go to college and graduate debt-free. Live the life they live. The only reason you can't do big things is if you can't conceive of them. And we're way past that point. We talk about the future. It's time this city starts to combat the effects of climate change. It's time we turn the economy around in this city, stop letting our Fortune 500 companies leave, and stop letting our smaller mom and pop shops like the one my parents own shut down. So much can be done. And this is how it happens. Volunteers are how it happens. Thank you for everything you're doing. I'm incredibly grateful. I'm accessible to all of you. Let's talk. If you want to talk, I want to talk, and I will look forward to the conversation. So one more time, thank you. Thank you, Destiny. And this is how we're going to win.
Woo! Yeah, speaking of, next week, all right, we're doing a big fundraising push online. We're going to be doing like AMAs on Reddit. We're going to be doing AMAs on people's stream. Mm-hmm. So spread the word.
Wait, for him or for me?
For him.
What the fuck?
What do you mean?
Fuck his campaign. Why is he getting the money?
Because you're not doing it. Come on.
Unbelievable.
If you wanted to fundraise for this thing on your own, you could have done it.
Yeah, I will once I finish my dumbass other things. Yeah. Okay. What else?
Shoot, what was I gonna say? You distracted me by talking about how based he is.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, you said the first thing was right about Mark, and then you were gonna say the other thing you want to talk about.
Oh, that dude, that Vaush conversation yesterday was super yikes.
Fuck. It was.
Dude. Okay, I need to know, chat. Like DGG.
Uh-oh.
Did people just grow up, like, with the expectation that's like it's okay to be, like, not a good person? Like, and by not a good person, I mean like just passive, just like bystander.
It's so crazy because on the internet we like post all these edgy quotes where it's like, the deepest circles of hell are reserved for men who, in times of neutrality, or in times of great crisis, maintain their neutrality. Like people will post shit like that. How important it is to be a good person? I was like, well, listen, can you really do anything ever at all to be even slightly better? Like, I wouldn't expect anybody to. Like, hey, what the fuck? I don't know. Seems kind of weird.
God. Like it blows my mind that like people have this expectation that, hey, it's cool if you just want to like chill out and watch the world burn. That's not your fault.
And I feel like I feel like the more capable you are, the more responsibility you have. Like the more money you're given, the more power you're entrusted. It's like the Spider-Man thing, right? With great power comes great responsibility. Like, you should do more. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not even great power. Just like if you do a good thing, people around you will do good things, and then the people around them will do good things, and then the world becomes a better place.
True.
By like just a few good actions.
Very true.
It's insane to me that like people have the position of like, fuck it, just protest against the government until they fix shit for you, and then just sit there and do it.
Unironically, this is one of the main problems that conservatives have in small towns sometimes against liberals. I had an argument with my aunt about this, and I actually felt a little bit embarrassed, but it wasn't enough to change my position on anything. But I remember this argument that I had with her, like, this must have been like 7 or 8 years ago. And we were arguing, and she was like, God, my aunt is so fucking funny. I hope I can get her in front of a camera at one point. She's ex-NYPD, very, very Northeastern, like, accent and everything, and attitude. And, I remember her telling me, she's like, Stevie, like all these motherfuckers are online all the time talking about, like, you're talking about how you want to tax people this and you want to do people that. Like, when's the last time you fucking volunteered? Like, when's the last time you went to a fucking soup kitchen? When's the last time you did fucking shit? Like, why do you want everybody else to pick up everybody else's slack? Why do you want people to do all this shit? And you and your friends can't even go down and fucking do one weekend at a fucking church. Why can't you guys go down and do anything? And I was like, that's a pretty hard question to answer, you know? Like, I could give like the proper, like, well, you know, like systemically, like we have to do these things, and systemically, I don't know if that'll make it blah, blah, blah. But like, it does kind of look bad, and it does kind of make you question, like, well, if these things are so important, like, why do none of your efforts go into like living it?
My name is Stephen Bonnell.
StevenBonnell. And I go online by the alias Destiny, and people know me on YouTube and Twitch by that alias. And I'm out here in Georgia with my fan base, trying to knock on doors to get people to vote for Ossoff and Warnock.
And what was there a specific moment when you realized, like, I want to do something physical and not just talk about it or motivate from afar to put people together?
Yeah, the evolution of my platform over the past couple of years has led me to seeking ways that I could have more impact in like actual political stuff and not just screaming a bunch of people on Twitter and YouTube. And initially it was trying to support issues by talking about them that other people wouldn't. Then it became interviewing lesser known people running for Congress or local races on my platform. And then now it's taken this form to where it's trying to get people to show up in a certain area to go out and knock on doors.
Like, I'm not saying that you need to be down at a soup kitchen like 24/7. They're like, oh, so we have to donate every single fucking cent we have to go. It's like, well, no, but like do something. Like, geez. But yeah, I think that's how a lot of conservatives sometimes will view things. Where it's like, well, you want to tell the government to do all this shit, blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, fuck, why can't you do any of this? Why aren't you living any of this? Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, I wish you asked this question of Vaush, but I don't know if there's like a problem with it, but you should have asked him, like, is it okay in Nazi Germany, all the people that like just watched them take power and took over?
Sure.
Like, was that morally neutral? Because I don't know. I think it's not, right? Or do you disagree with that too?
I'd have to think about it a lot. I think that in cases where, like, I would argue that it's a little bit different if, like, your life is threatened. So, like, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that, like, in a time of war, if, like, Germany's trying to recruit you to their army, and you're like, fuck it, I don't want to, like, if you're gonna die, I would give a little bit of a different responsibility there for people, right?
Hitler took power in the early 1930s, right?
Sure.
So, like, we had, like, 9 years before the quote-unquote start of World War II to stop him.
Well, but nobody knew when that party first took power. Nobody thought that they were going to turn into the fucking Nazi party. Like, they literally moved off the backs of, like, worker sentiment and shit, right?
Okay, but, like, at some point, like, you gotta know this, right?
Yeah, at some point, yeah. And then what responsibility do you have to act? I mean, like, I would argue that, yeah, we should have some responsibility to act for sure. I'm a little bit more gentle with, like for lefties to have a business working in an equitable manner, I'm not asking you to give your fucking life, but for somebody to, like, fight with, like, an authoritarian regime like that, especially a fascist one, well, now that's a much bigger ask. But yeah, I mean, I don't like intrinsically disagree with you, but I'd be, like, a little bit less harsh on somebody that's like, I don't know if I want to fucking die for this, you know?
I thought we, like, figured this out by now. I don't know. It feels like every time we just, like, watch and, like, sit back and do something, don't do things, bad things happen. And then when we did good things, amazing things happen.
Yeah,
right?
sometimes, yeah, sure.
Like, it seems super simple, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well,
Can I say something?
Yeah, Fistosoft wants to say hi.
Oh, hi.
oh, that other Airbnb, by the way, is way more cozy than your guys's, by the way.
Fuck
You're
you.
crazy.
No way.
I can't believe.
I mean, we got bar downstairs. It's hard to argue with that.
Yeah, it's true. Well, he doesn't drink, so
that's true.
the fucking normie.
Wait, I thought normies
Well-
do drink.
Also, there's a
Oh,
barracks
right.
upstairs. That would be canceled.
Yeah, they have a Coomer cave up there.
Well, are you guys working today, or do you have today off? Is today Monday or Tuesday? What are we on?
I
Tuesday.
took the evening off.
Of course.
That
Of
just
course.
work.
Another day off.
Well, I worked this morning. It was cold out there.
But yeah, sign up. We're doing our next event. It's gonna be super based, and Omaha's not bad.
It's an okay place.
Omaha's like kind of cool.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but it's okay.
I mean, you got a really cool zoo. Restaurants
That's, the zoo is
are
also true. The food,
Mark
there's
is
like
the-
surprisingly decent amounts of food, I think, yeah. And,
Wait, hold on.
uh-oh.
That guy plays fancy song makes me want to be conservative. Fuck that guy.
Okay, let's say.
We'll
Moon will be there. He bought his ticket and hotel room.
see.
If he backs out now, then I don't know. He's just as bad as Dan, right? I guess I'll let you go back to streaming.
Alright, well, thank you.
Have fun.
I appreciate it.
I love you, Steven.
Love you too, bud.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.
Knock on doors, have fun, stay safe, be brave. That's all I got for you. Can you say the meme? Which one?
No, okay.